Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Double the Sparker Show.
Podcast.
Oh, yeah,
You keep forgetting.
What do we have for today,
You
Rachel?
forgot our intro.
What's our intro?
This is the Double of Sparkles podcast. I'm Double, I'm Sparkles, and this is the Double of Sparkles podcast. Repeat it again.
No.
No?
No. We're going to go right into it because you just did it for me.
Okay. What are we doing today, Double?
We're going to do what we did last time, and it's the true or fake, but it's going to be from me instead.
Yeah, if you missed the last episode, I did mine with fashion, and Jesus had to guess which was really fake. And this time, we're jumping into it with Jesus' version, which is video games, I'm guessing, or what are you doing?
Yeah, we're going to do some video games. I'm pretty big in the video game era. Okay. So let's start off with one. I don't even have anything to read off of because I'm just gonna come up with it, and I'm pretty sure she's not gonna figure them out.
I was pretty surprised to hear you had some made up already.
Yeah. We're gonna start with one that
just curious.
She might know, but you might not know.
Just curious. How many are you doing?
About 4. We're gonna do about 4 because it's not that. Let's just start.
Okay. Shoot.
Okay. So we're going to start with the really good one that you probably would know. Mm-hmm. A young boy living with his mother, who is a big believer of Jesus Christ.
You.
One day is told by God himself that her son is evil and she must banish him to the depths. What is this? Do you know what this is?
I'm pretty sure we're talking about Binding of Isaac.
Yes. I think that's a little short and to the point. It is Binding of Isaac. I know she was going to get this one because I'm going to start easy with her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I got it right.
We're going to show a picture of
Binding of Isaac.
Isaac. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay, next one.
You play a game as a amoeba-like being who goes throughout a dungeon taking the form of a fallen warrior. You can slowly collect different parts of yourself and upgrade your abilities. The point of it is to go as far as you can before you end up dying inevitably. Is this a real game or a fake game?
That sounds like Binding of Isaac too.
As you can't tell, I actually like RPGs and roguelike games. But is this a real or fake game?
Okay, so you said you're an amoeba-like character. Like, can you describe? Are you like a chibi, or like are you like?
You're basically a pile of goo.
Okay. You keep gathering up parts of goo for yourself, and what are the enemies that are after you?
Just enemies that are in this castle-like area.
Okay, so it's in a castle. Like you're in a dungeon. Okay.
You're basically, but you worm your way out into other areas.
Okay. It sounds. My gut is saying fake, but I know there's some weird games out there, so I'm gonna say fake.
Is actually a real game.
What is it?
I don't have the name of it right now, but I can actually she'll put up the game when I show it to her later on. So y'all know what it is, but I'll show her later. Okay. It is a real game. You just absorb into a like a fallen warrior guy, and you collect different parts that give you abilities, and you go throughout it, and you try to beat it as fast as you can as this creature. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you another idea, is a lot of these are going to be based around roguelike games.
Okay.
So.
Okay, keep going. Next one.
Okay. So, this next one is about a... You play as a knight. A knight who defeats a great evil in the beginning of the game, and your later generation of children take over in your place. Every time you die, another generation starts. You can either choose to have the castle reset, or you can just uh, pay to have it stay the same. Your whole goal is to once again finish up what your forefather has done and kill all the main bosses. Each character, when they're created, will have a certain attribute depending on what kind of negative things are on them. Like, some might be tall and lanky, or some might be a dwarf size. Some may have astigmatisms, and some might have, like, just weird attributes. Is this a real or fake game?
Okay, judging by the fact that you were like, before you started, that's already giving me some fake vibes, but remind me again, you're playing as the children of a deceased knight?
Okay, so you're playing as the children of every generation of knight. So when your character dies, the next their grandchild, or child, whatever you want to call it, will take over your place, and you will restart.
Is it from where you left off, or do you have to like go back to the very beginning?
You will have to go all the way back to the very beginning, no matter how much you pay.
Can you describe what these knights look like?
They're all basically just buff characters.
But you said a second ago that some have different attributes, like but some are lanky.
Some are tall, like super tall. They can have gigantism, or they could be short and dwarfed. But they're still basically big, tough peoples. The taller they are, the more weaker they are.
And you said you're like, what are you trying to defeat?
I can't spoil the ending for you, but you're beating different bosses in different areas. Every time you beat one, it gets a little bit harder whenever you're going to the next.
Can you describe a boss for me? Like, what do they look like?
Basically, one is just a giant eyeball.
Can you describe another boss for me?
One's a giant skull. They're basically all giant. That's as good as I can probably give you.
Just spit on my face. That's great.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know. It seems organized, but also a little all over the place for me. I don't know.
So what's your final answer?
Since the last one was real, I'm gonna say fake.
This is real.
How dare you?
This is called Rogue Knight. Rogue Knight. I can actually probably pull up I should have pulled an image of the last one up for you.
You can do it after, and we can put it in the video.
I want to show you this because when I'm describing his character, I want to make sure you understand what they look like.
Okay.
Give me a couple of seconds.
I think this sounds familiar, but maybe not. I should have asked you if it was like a cartoon style or like realistic or like whatever.
Oh, sorry, I said Rogue Knight. Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy, okay.
Oh, what? It didn't. There it goes. Rogue Legacy.
It looks like Terraria.
The characters are basically just really buff characters.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
I've played this game a lot. I'm surprised I didn't even remember its name. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the third one, right?
That was the third one. So went to the. Or did you say do you still want to do 4 or do you want to do more?
I might do 2 more. So.
Okay, go. Keep going.
Okay.
Right now.
You play basically as a tiny ball that goes around collecting different shapes. at the end of the game, you're basically an amalgamation of different shapes, and you can use their own different abilities to get around puzzles and enemies. Now, if you take a hit, you're going to go straight back to a round ball, and you lose all your parts. You can save a part if you can grab it fast enough. Is this a real game or a fake game?
Okay, so you said you're a little ball.
Mm-hmm.
What's your goal?
Your goal is just to get to the end of the level.
Is that it?
Yes, you're collecting
parts. Is there an end boss you need to defeat, or is it just like...
You're just doing puzzles, and you're trying to get through all the obstacles while getting damaged.
Okay, Okay, the thing that got me was like, you said that... What?
I like the idea you're trying to do the detective thing where, well, you see in your conversation. Yeah, go ahead.
Basically, you said that if you take damage, you lose all your parts and you get sent back to the beginning. I want to know how much damage you need to take before you lose all your stuff.
No, you just one hit is enough to.
So I can get hit by an ant and it'll take me back to the end.
Well, just your enemies aren't ants.
Well,
no, wait. Okay, so different obstacles are like spikes and pits. If you take a damage from a spike, you lose all your items and I say items. You lose all your parts, and you can grab one. Okay, you can grab one, but you lose all the others.
Okay, you said it's amalgamation of different shapes.
Yeah.
Like, what do the different shapes do, for example?
You use them to get through puzzles.
Like, what does the triangle do?
Well, it's a flat side. You just use it to get over. I can't just. Why am I giving you this information?
True.
It's fake.
I'm smart. I'm good at this game.
Okay, so I was trying really hard to think of something that would have been fake, and I'm surprised. You're just going off of the fact that I did 3 straight real ones and then 1 fake.
Okay.
You're trying to play me. I understand. I know how this goes. And for the last one, I am going to look up a good one. Doesn't make it real or fake.
Okay. Cute. I'll be entertaining our audience of 0. Just kidding. If there is anyone listening, we appreciate you. Do we appreciate them?
I appreciate your time and patience with me.
And we're back.
Okay, so the next one is something really good because I don't know if you know if it's real or fake.
Okay.
You play as a sentient glove. You're basically going around the level solving puzzles.
Are you like a hamburger helper?
You look like a hamburger helper glove. You balance on a ball and all that. You do basically glove things, but your main goal is to actually defeat a main villain. I don't really have all the details of the game, so I can't really give you everything. But it could be real or fake. So what do you want to go with? No, trust your gut on this one because it could be real or fake.
Is this like a game in development?
No, this is a game that has been out for years.
And you just haven't played it?
I've never gotten around to play it.
Okay. You said you were a hamburger helper and you ride on a ball?
Well, you're not the hamburger helper glove. It's like a 4-finger glove.
Your cousin.
You have it has eyes and a face and all that.
Okay. It's like a Mickey glove.
Kind of.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay. And you said that you ride around on a ball or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you constantly ride around the ball, or is it like a little accessory you get to ride on, or whatever?
It's like a little occasional thing that you would ride on.
Okay. What's your main goal with it? Are you defeating a boss?
Let me think of some other information for it. A wizard rules from his a large castle known as the Crystal Castle. Very creative name. The life force of the kingdom is made up of 7 crystals that rest on a spire of Crystal's castle.
And a glove lives there.
The wizard is accompanied by a pair of magical, sentient gloves to aid him in creating strange potions and spells.
Does he wear the gloves, or are they just in his pocket?
They're sentient. They're just...
Did he make them?
I guess. One day, the wizard accidentally mixes the wrong batch of potions in his cauldron, causing a large explosion that sends his gloves flying and turns the wizard into a statue. The right glove, named Glover, flies out of the window and lands safely onto the ground. Is this a real or fake game?
Well, judging by the fact that you pulled out your phone to look up something, I don't know what that was. It could have been a real game, or it could have been. How would you even find a fake game description online? I don't know. Okay, we're back.
So we left off with that part where I was talking about the glove.
Yeah.
And his name was Glover?
Yes.
Yes. So his name was Glover, and he is owned by a wizard.
Okay, given that you've given a lot of detail, even though you gave a lot of detail for the fake one and I believed it, I think... One more question. You said you were in like a crystal kingdom. Is like...
No, it starts out in a crystal castle.
Is everything crystals?
Appropriately named Crystal Castle.
Are the people there crystal people?
No, but a wizard lives there apparently.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably a statue now, but
I don't know. Something doesn't seem right about a glove and a wizard living in a crystal castle.
But you gotta think about it really carefully because you got them all wrong so far. So
do the negative queen sweep. No. I'm sorry.
Real or fake?
I'm gonna say real.
It is a real game.
Yay!
It's called Glover.
Yay! Creative name.
Of course it is. I want you to see what it looks like.
Okay. Huh. Oh, that's not how I imagined it. I imagined him like the glove part being like...
No, when I told him, he's like, it's like 4 fingers.
You didn't tell me he ran on his fingers.
How else would he? It's a glove.
Just hop along on his little thing that goes into your hand.
It's not the Midas touch hand.
Okay.
That flies around it. Also, that's a creepy character.
What? Midas touch?
Yeah, have you seen that commercial?
Returns everything gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where I left off was, while the left one lands in the cauldron, turning him into an evil glove known as Cross Stitch.
Is that who you're trying to defeat?
Apparently. The explosion also causes the land to become distorted and shakes the crystals from the spire, hurling towards the ground. Glover notices the falling crystals and casts a spell to transform the crystals into rubber balls to prevent them from shattering. 6 of the 7 crystals bounce away in all directions, entering different areas of the kingdom. Glover realizes that he must find the 7 crystals and restore them to the fountain underneath the castle.
Okay. That was very interesting, Love. Do you have one more you would like to share since I did 6 and you only did 5? Or would you like to leave it off here?
I could probably look up for one more, and I'm gonna try to find it somewheres. Okay.
So is it automatically real that you're finding it?
Maybe. Or I could just be reading off of something I wrote down. You never know.
When would you have the time to write it down? Right.
Oh, I would use that one, but you know that one's real.
Okay. Also, I just want to say that we've had quite an adventure today. I don't know when we're uploading this, but today we had an adventure. I got a haircut. I cut my hair myself at my house earlier, and I did a terrible job. And
it wasn't bad.
I mean, it wasn't like fast, but the lady at the salons took a long time cleaning it up. And my mom really likes it. Okay. And also he got a haircut, and also we got some stuff. Okay, continue.
Okay, I got a good one that I'm not sure if you will know if it's real or fake.
Okay.
You play as an amateur surgeon who is basically a pizza boy that wants to do something with his life. He starts out with a doctor that is well known for surgery, and that doctor, after being operated on by this amateur surgeon, proceeds to teach him his way of not slapstick. It's like when you're doing something that's
what?
Improvising surgeries.
Okay.
So instead of using proper medical equipment, you're using things like staples and a lighter to castrate a wound, or
that sounds safe.
Yeah, using a pizza cutter to cut someone open so you can remove glass or something and fix bones. Is this a real game or a fake game?
I feel like I've heard about this somewhere before, but I don't know if you made it up or is it real. Okay, so how old are you for this pizza boy?
I don't have that information.
How old do you think they look?
Probably in their 23s, 24s, probably.
Mm-hmm.
With the animation style, you probably really can't tell.
Is it like a pixelate? Pixelated?
It's not pixelated. It's like...
Is it cartoony?
It's very cartoony.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how old do you think the doctor is that you're...
Again, I don't have this information of the age.
Okay.
That's something that's big. That's not something that's really important.
Okay.
Why you want to know the age?
I don't know.
That was weird.
I don't know. I'm weird. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's real.
This is real.
Yay.
I know, right? Only like one fake one out of all of them, right?
Yeah.
The game is called Amateur Surgeon. You play as a character who, basically. Okay. Yes.
I knew I had a feeling about that. I thought it was real, but I didn't know for sure.
Amateur Surgeon puts you in a role of a titular, ill-equipped, quote-unquote doctor with levels ranging from seriously gross to hilariously ridiculous. You find a lot of love in this long-running and weird series, as long as you don't mind performing a ton of dubious processes on cartoon characters. Really gross. It's a really gross game. To the point, I played it a lot as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And this game has been around for a while.
Okay.
This is an Adult Swim game, so it's not made for kiddies.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, that was fun. Anything else you want to say before we leave this off?
To be honest, I should have been really prepared for what I was coming up with.
Yeah, I was prepared, and still you got every one of them right.
And another thing, a weird concept is never a means of a non-existent game. Yeah. You can make a game out of anything, and there's people who have made a game about nothing. Mm-hmm. So when it comes down to it, you might want to think about those tiny details like Rachel's been trying to pick out. Though they were random, they were also kind of viable. Yeah. Because if I couldn't tell her the age of a character, it might seem fake. Or I just might not know that information. Next time, if we do something like this again, I am going to be prepared because I want to make this sounds What? Hey, doo-doo?
You do.
Okay, so that's about it for right now.
Yeah, we will see you next time, and always remember, have fun and don't die.
And make sure you eat your vegetables and wipe your bum.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.